Good morning, all of you.
Good morning, sir.
Today we will start a new chapter, that is wastewater treatment. Okay, or we can say wastewater management. Okay, so what is wastewater? You all know that is removal of waste from a house, or we can say liquid waste. And treatment, you all understand what is the meaning of treatment? Wastewater treatment means you have to reuse the waste, okay, or treat the waste whatever you are removing from your households in a liquid form. जो भी आप अपने मतलब अपने हाउस घर से जो भी अपने लिक्विड फॉर्म में जो भी निकलता है, जो भी वेस्ट निकलता है, डर्ट पानी से मिलता हुआ, दैट इज वेस्ट. और हाउ कैन बी ट्रीट दिस वेस्ट? सो दैट वी रीड अबाउट इन दिस चैप्टर, वेस्ट वाटर ट्रीटमेंट. ये हम इस चैप्टर के अंदर पढ़ेंगे. ओके, सो it's a journey to treatment and return to the environment. So what is wastewater? You all know what is wastewater. Wastewater is a term that is used to describe waste material that includes industrial liquid waste and sewage waste that is collected in towns and urban areas and treated at urban waste water treatment plants. See, you have many times you have seen the wastage is removing from the industries or households, and that wastewater goes into the seas, ocean. That is a water pollution, and it creates water pollution. That's why we need to treatment this water management. Okay, इसलिए हमें बहुत ज़रूरत है. That's why we need to treatment this water, to treat this water, to clear this water. Okay, see how many times aquatic animals also not able to live. They will die if we do not treat well. हम इसको अच्छी तरह से ट्रीट नहीं करेंगे वेस्ट वाटर को, तो जो एक्वाटिक एनिमल्स है दे विल ऑल्सो डाई. ओके, now wastewater treatment. So it is a process to convert wastewater, which is water no longer needed or suitable. Here, no longer needed or suitable means that is dirty water. Okay, that's why we say wastewater. It is a wastewater. So its most recent use is into an influent that can be either returned to the water cycle with minimal environment issues or reused. So these wastewater we can send to recycle and reuse again in the garden by removing dirts, by removing germs, bacteria. Okay, so you all know what is wastewater treatment. So wastewater treatment is a process to convert wastewater into reusable water. Okay, we reuse again this water to give plants in gardening. Okay, for washing cars, bicycles, scooters. Now wastewater contaminants. So what do you understand by contaminants? Contaminants means it contains germs, bacteria, germs, bacteria. So it is suspended with solid particles and biodegradable organics. Example, biodegradable waste. There are that are also included in wastewater. Okay. Pathogenic bacteria and nutrients. Many times you have seen in the drains. You have seen in the drains that water is too dirty. Bacteria in it. Okay. If someone is drink that water, what will happen? They will not die, they will causes a disease. It will have a disease. Okay, because that water is contaminated. In contaminated water there is a germs and bacteria. Okay, now you have understand it. What is wastewater contaminants? So wastewater contaminants, it contains germs and bacteria in it. Now, where does wastewater come from? This is the questions. Where does wastewater come from? It has come from the households and industries, many large industries. It is comes from and goes into the oceans and make water polluted. Okay, so it is come from the residents. You all know human and animal excreta and waters for washing, bathing and cooking. After that the water is waste or make dirty, then it is sent into a ocean. Okay, seas, a large seas. It is come from the commercial institution. Many commercial institutes are there. From there they will release a large amount of wastewater. Okay, it is come from commercial institution also. Then dry and industrial establishment. So slaughterhouse waste, dairy waste, tannery wastewater. From there it is also releases a large amount of waste. Okay, in a dairy waste we need to wash cattle also, animals. Okay, in industries we have to make or we have to remove dirts. Many large industries we have to make fertilizers also. So they use water and release wastewater. Okay, so you all know where does wastewater come from? It is comes from residence. Residence means household, your house, and commercial institution and dairy and industrial waste or large industries. Now, where does it all go? Where does it all go? First, where does it come from? It is come from household or industries. Now, where does it all go? Where does the water from the washer go? When you flush the toilet, where does the contents go? All the contents, that is contaminated germs and bacteria. So by the gravity flow, the waste is on its way to your local wastewater treatment plant. It goes into a wastewater treatment plant. From your household or your industries, it goes to the wastewater treatment plant. Okay, who will give the answer? What would happen in wastewater treatment plant? So in a wastewater treatment plant, we remove the dirt, dust from it and make reusable water. Okay, so we can reuse again and again. Okay, in our earth we have a 70% of water and 30% of land. In 70% of water we have 1% fresh water. Okay, that's why we have to use this water. Be careful. In a careful manner we have to use this water. Okay, we don't have to waste this water. Many of places you have seen there is no water. So how people can survive there? So that's why we have to reduce this. Reduce less and reuse again and again. So you all know where does it all go? This waste. This waste is go in wastewater treatment plant. See, this is a wastewater treatment plant. The waste from the households, the pesticides, pet waste, bacteria, biodegradable, grass, leaves, most of the waste goes inside in the oceans. Okay, through a pipeline we can say. Biodegradable waste, chemical waste, see, lead, cadmium, these all are chemical waste, and from there metal corrosion, corroded of metal. Okay, see, this all waste is going through a pipeline and go into a wastewater plant, wastewater treatment plant. See this. Now question is, why treat wastewater? Why it is necessary to treat wastewater? So first is causes a demand for dissolved oxygen. Okay, we treat wastewater to increase the level of oxygen in it. Okay, if there is more dirt or germs in the wastewater, so oxygen level is decreases. So that's why we have to treat this wastewater and reduce the availability of oxygen in it. Okay, we have to increase the oxygen level in it of the streams. So by increasing the oxygen level, it cannot harm the aquatic plants or animals. If there is oxygen level is decreases, the aquatic plants and animals also will die. They are not able to take oxygens because they take oxygen that is soluble in it water, that's soluble in the water. Now adds nutrients, nitrate or phosphorus to cause excessive growth. We need to add nutrients in the form of nitrate and phosphorus, that is a chemical. Why? To cause excessive growth. We have to stop this excessive growth. That's why we use nitrate and phosphorus. Okay, nitrate and phosphorus are both chemical. We use this chemical to stop the excessive growth of bacteria or contaminants. Now third point, last point, increase in suspended solids or sediments in streams. Turbidity increases. It increases suspended solids and sediments in streams. In solids you have many small pieces of stones you found है ना, with soil when the water is streaming. Many things, that is turbidity is increases. Now objectives of WWT. And what is WWT? What is WWT? It is waste water treatment. So objectives of wastewater treatment. So what is the objective? This is the main objective of wastewater treatment. Reduce organic content, means biodegradable waste. We have to reduce. Okay, reduce less what? Biodegradable, BOD, biodegradable waste. Now removal and reduction of nutrients, NP, nitrogen, nitrates and phosphorus. We have to remove this nutrients. What kind of nutrients? That is NP, and N for nitrates and P for phosphorus. We have to remove this nutrients. Now removal or inactivation of pathogenic microbes. We have to remove this microbes or pathogenic microbes. Pathogenic microbes are those microbes that causes disease to us, okay, by drinking waste water or harmful water. Understood? So we have to remove this pathogenic microbes. It causes diarrhea and jaundice to us by drinking waste water or dirty water, okay, infeasible water. So these are the objects of WWT. You all know what is meaning of WWT? Wastewater treatment, okay, by reducing organic content, biodegradable waste, that is, and removal nutrients, nitrates and phosphorus. We have to reduce, okay, and removal of pathogenic microbes. We have to stop the growth of microbes or remove. So have you all understand objectives of WWT? Now levels of treatment. There is most of the levels are there for treatment of wastewater, for reusing again this water, okay. So what is the levels of treatment? First is primary. So primary is a process removal by physical separation of grit and large objects, material to landfill for disposal. Here we remove grit and large objects from wastewater, okay. That objects are landfill for disposable. We use these objects for landfill, and you all know what is landfill process. You all know, we dug up pit and decompose all non-biodegradable waste in it and covered with the layers of soil. That is landfill process. And sedimentation and screening of large debris. Debris means malba. In Hindi, debris means malba. Kachra dekha na, large amount of waste. So that is debris. So that debris, that sediment in the wastewater or down the water. Now secondary process is saying that biological and chemical treatment. Biological and chemical treatment we found in this level. Aerobic microbiological process, that is sludge. Sludge is a microbes, dead microbes. And organic matter, like organic matter plus oxygens, it makes carbon dioxide, it increases carbon dioxide plus NH3, ammonia plus hydrogen, water plus NH3, it's give nitrates. It is a aquatic nutrient. So in a first primary we have to remove the great and large objectives and sedimentation. Then in secondary we have removed biological. In biological we found both two things, that is biodegradable and non-biodegradable things. Okay, we have to remove this. Then in secondary, second point is we have to remove microbiological process, that is too small. Okay, we found it in the process of sludge, it in the form of sludge. We have to remove this. Sludge is a waste, it is a kind of waste. So have you all understand the levels of treatment, primary and secondary?
Yes, sir.
Now say this. See this diagram showing how this is the stages. This is the primary stages where water can treat. Wastewater treated. This is a primary treatment stage. In a primary treatment stage we remove grit and objectives, large objectives. Okay, that is a secondary treatment stage. In secondary treatment stage we remove sludge or sedimentation of microbiological. Okay, see this is a treatment center, and after the whole process we remove the filtered water into the river. Okay, the pipes from our houses take to the treatment center. So after screening stage, in the screening stage, this is the screening stage. In screening stage we remove the waste, grit and large objectives. Then in primary stage we remove small particles. Okay, then in secondary we remove microbiological particles like sludge. Then we filtered into the river. Now treatment stages of primary treatment. This is the treatment stage of primary treatment. It is very typical materials. In this process we found very typical materials that are removed during primary treatment include fats, oils and greases. You all know fats, oils and greases. Many times you have found, है ना? It is typical to remove this kind of things. It is very difficult. Sand and gravels and rocks. Large settleable solid include human waste and floating materials. So this kind of waste is very typical in the primary stage to remove this waste. And you all know fats, when fats, oils and greases mixed with water, so it is hardly to remove. Okay, whenever your mother washes the plates or utensils, they know how to remove this dirt. Okay, this fats, oils and greases, so it is hardly removable substance. So it is occurred in the primary treatment. It is occurred in a first level of treatment. Now method used in primary treatment. Methods to used in a primary treatment. What kind of methods we used? That is, first is bar screening, second is grinding, third is grit chamber, fourth is sedimentation tank, that is primary settling tank, and the fifth is chlorination of effluent. Okay, we dissolve chlorinations to remove or kill germs. So these methods is used in the primary treatment. See this primary treatment. See this diagram. That is a grit chamber. That is screening. That is grit chamber. That is sedimentation. Here in sedimentation, a soil and stones remain here. Then effluent. Effluent means we can remove the reusable water or filtered water. We can remove from this side. This is a influent. That is effluent. Influent we can release in screening or remove from screening a dust. That is screening. Their screen is, from the screening we remove dust and grease, oil, fats. Then after we remove grits, a coarse particle. Then after in sedimentation tank we remove sediment. You all know sedimentation. Without disturbing the sand and stone, we remove or release water. Okay, that is sedimentation process. Now sedimentation or primary settling tank. In a sedimentation tank, primary settling tank, in a primary settling tank, here we remove grease or oil. This is the most hardenable or typical things we are removing. Okay. So this is in the process of sedimentation tank. We remove grease, oil. We remove facial solids settle, that is floating material, rises to surface. That material that rise on the surface of wastewater. Okay, and make them pollute. Now produce a homologous liquid for later biological treatment. It produces a homologous liquids. That's for later it produce a biological treatment. That is go for a biological treatment. Now facial sludge are pumped to sludge treatment plant. Then after that fecal sludge. We remove this sludge to send into a sludge treatment plant where we can treat sludge. Here sludge, we treat sludge in sludge treatment plant, STP. Okay, STP means sludge treatment plant. This is the primary settling of tank. See this primary settling of tank. This is wastewater inlet, means water is wastewater or polluted water is going in the primary settling tank through a pipe. Then this is the sludge discharging to treatment. Sludge, whatever the waste of animal or chemical or industrial waste, it is settled down and removed from here. It is settled down here and removed from this side. So this is a sludge discharge treatment. Okay, after the settle down of this treatment, we release water from this side. Okay, this is a heavy particles that we remove from downs. So have you all understand primary settling tank? Now secondary treatment. See, secondary treatment, it is a biological treatment. Activate sludge, it's activated sludge, then after it's trickling filter, after that it increases oxidation ponds. It increases the oxidation means increases of oxygen level, okay, into ponds. So these are the treatment of secondary. Now activated sludge process. How we activated this sludge process? So when we found a primary wastewater that is mixed with bacteria rich or activated in sludge, and air or oxygen is pumped into the mixture. We have to send into this mixture. Both aerobic and anaerobic bacteria may exist in it. Both aerobic or as well as anaerobic bacteria is present in the sludge. It's promote bacterial growth and decomposition of organic matter. What it promotes? It promotes bacterial growth. In a sludge process, it promotes bacterial growth or increases the bacterial growth. When the bacteria increases, what will happen? What will happen when bacteria increases? It pollutes water more, or it can harm us. BOD removal is approximately 85%. Biodegradable, that is removal, is approximately 85%. 85% in this process, 85% of BOD, biodegradable, is removed. And microbial, removed by activated sludge. When we activated this sludge, we remove microbial, 80 to 99% removal of bacteria, and 90 to 99% removal of viruses that cause viruses disease. Okay, bacteria and viruses. By activating sludge, we remove bacteria 80 to 99%, and we remove 90 to 99%, that is viruses, by activating sludge process. Fifth is physical components. Fifth is physical components. What are the physical components? There are some physical components like, we say, aeration tank, a tank that is used to introduce oxygen or used in increases the level of oxygen. Aeration source, it is find out the adequate amount of water in it have or not. It fed into the tank, provide pure oxygen. Secondary, clarifiers, that is activated sludge, solid separated from surrounding wastewater. Now activated sludge outflow line, pump activated sludge back to the aeration tank. pump activated sludge back to the aeration tank. Then effluent outflow line, we discharge this water into a bay or tertiary treatment plant. After this process, we discharge this wastewater into another treatment plant. Okay, so these are the five physical components of wastewater treatment. First is aeration tank. In aeration tank, we increase the oxygen level in water. In aeration source, it is about the aeration tank. In aeration tank, we increase. In tank, we increase oxygen level. But in aeration source, what are the source of aeration? It is described in it. It adequate oxygen that is fed into the tank and provide pure oxygen or compressed air. It will provide, in aeration source, it will provide a pure oxygen. In secondary clarifiers, activated sludge solid separated from the surrounding. In secondary clarifiers, we separated a sludge from its surrounding wastewater. We separated activated sludge from surrounding wastewater. We have to separate it. We have to remove. Then after removing or separating wastewater, after separating sludge from wastewater, it is sent into a outflow line of activated sludge. Here it is pumped activated sludge back to the aeration tank. See here, after separating this sludge from wastewater surrounding, in activated sludge, it is again pumped into the, sent into the aeration tank. Then again we will increase its oxygen level. Okay, then after effluent of outflow line, here we discharge effluent into a bay or tertiary treatment plant or another treatment plant. Okay, so have you all understood this treatment?
Yes, sir.
5 physical components.
Yes, sir.
Now see this. This is a raw water. This is a raw water, and we added air in it. Aeration tank, we can say. Okay. Here we increases the air or oxygen level. Then it's sent to clarified settle or treated water. Here we remove or filter the water. Then after, here it is sent to sludge treatment. In sludge treatment, we separated sludge from wastewater surroundings. Okay, then after again it will send it, after recycle sludge we can send into a aeration tank. Okay, aeration tank for increasing air or level of air. Okay, then it is sent to a another water treatment plant. Okay, have you all understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Welcome.